Meteorologist Tom Wills. Even though the severe thunderstorm warning itself has expired now, there still are many severe or potentially severe storms throughout our area. Look at the radar screen shows most of them to be in Indiana at this time, in the eastern parts here of Scott County, Indiana, northern parts of Clark County near Henryville, Indiana, and curving back then into the northern part of Harrison County, Indiana, and the extreme eastern parts of Crawford County. All of these, all along this line, there are extremely strong wind gusts, torrential rains, of course a lot of vivid and deadly lightning as well, possibly deadly lightning as well. So anyone living in the path of these storms from Jefferson County, Indiana, through Clark County, Floyd, and Harrison counties of Indiana to be on the watch for possibly damaging weather in the next half hour to 45 minutes. They will also cross into Meade and parts of Breckinridge counties as well in the next half hour or so, and should approach Louisville by about 5 o'clock this afternoon. Also, there's one other isolated storm, but also equally potentially damaging now in the eastern parts of Henry County, Kentucky, moving southeastward toward the Frankfort area, perhaps passing just north of Frankfort about a half an hour from now. So residents in the eastern parts of Henry County and Franklin County, Kentucky, also be on the watch for possibly damaging weather in the next half hour to 45 minutes. This is WAVE meteorologist Tom Wills. Area of that county up near Galena, and also into Harrison County, Indiana, approaching the Corydon area rather quickly at this time. I also want to caution, in addition to these two warned counties, Harrison and Floyd, the storms look equally as potentially damaging in the eastern parts of Scott County, going toward the southern parts of Jefferson County, Indiana, and also in a large part of Clark County, Indiana, as well as now coming out of the extreme parts of Crawford County, moving in toward the Brandenburg area of Meade County and a little bit of Breckinridge County as well. Again, the heavy storm also now approaching Frankfort out of the Henry County area as well. All of these storms are potentially damaging. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect for all of our area till 9 o'clock tonight. Severe thunderstorm warnings now for Harrison and Harrison and Floyd counties of Indiana until 5 o'clock Eastern Time. This is WAVE meteorologist Tom Wills. Tom Wills. Very vicious thunderstorms continue to come rapidly through our area, and for the most part are now concentrated here in the Louisville and Jefferson County area. On the radar screen, much of the rain is now lost in the ground clutter around the city itself, but we can tell some heavier spots are now to the east and southeast of the downtown Louisville area, like in the Crescent Hill area going toward Shelbyville Road, Middletown area, Fern Creek area. Most areas, to say, to the south and east of Interstate 65 will have perhaps the worst possibility of strong winds and heavy rains in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Part of the storm is also emerging now in the far southeast part of Jefferson County into the Spencer County area, moving toward Taylorsville. Residents there should be on the watch for possible damaging weather in the next few minutes. Also, quite heavy storm just north of Frankfort should pass just north of Lexington in the next half hour or so as well. There are still warnings in effect until 5 o'clock for two counties in southern parts of Indiana, Floyd and Harrison County. But for the most part, the storms have now moved out of those counties. There's one small area here just in the far southeast corner of Harrison County going toward the Radcliffe area, which may cause some damaging winds. But for the most part, all the damaging weather has now left the Indiana side of the river, has now come on the Kentucky side, and the heaviest storms, again, are now in the eastern parts of Louisville and Jefferson County, Spencer County, and a little bit here in the northern parts of Shelby County. This is WAVE meteorologist Tom Wills.
The warm front and put us right back into hot conditions, so it looks like by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, temperatures will be well into the 90s, and by then the air mass will be stabilizing. In the meantime, for tonight, there is still a chance of a thunderstorm with a low temperature of 69. For the day tomorrow, kind of a repeat of what we had today with thunderstorms in the afternoon. For tomorrow night, again, a chance of thunderstorms and an overnight low temperature in the low 70s. On the extended outlook for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a few thunderstorms on Wednesday. After that, the air mass will stabilize, and it will be just about like we had last week, temperatures well into the 90s with high humidity. No relief from the heat in sight.
Well, you can just run that forecast off on the copying machine and
sure can.
Over and over again. Thank you, Chuck. Coming up in sports, it's Dave Conrad with the final round of the U.S. Women's Golf Open.
It's a lot here. The unofficial winner right now is back here. Sir, what's your name?
Jerry Abrams.
I think you lose out on the age difference because you have to be, what, 45 years?
You have to be 45, although I am leading, as you so accurately figured out.
Very good. Back to you, Don and Christy. I'm going to go back and practice.
Losing his touch, and we're losing
and our signal, that's
yes.
right. Well, less than 2 weeks to stand, but between now and then, a relay team of runners will carry the official